At SportsCenter, we're in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
He's Stan. I'm Neil. The saying is the series doesn't start until a team wins a game on the road. That means the Oklahoma City-Portland series had yet to begin when they tossed the ball up on Friday.
Oh, yeah, but they got it on Friday. Portland took the first two at home, but Russell Westbrook took personal responsibility for his team's loss in Game 2, and he promised to do something about it when the series moved to Oklahoma City on Friday. Man, this was a really intense basketball game. Lillard and McCollum, 62 points in Game 2. Westbrook taking matters into his own hands in this game. Made the free throw to put OKC up 4 in the fourth. He had 33 points, 11 assists, 5 boards. And then later in the fourth, it's Westbrook again, hits the fadeaway in the paint, rocks the baby as OKC wins Game 3, 120-108. So we got ourselves a series now, even though the road team hasn't won a game in this series. Took 3 games, but the Thunder finally found their outside shot. They made more threes in Game 3 than they did in the previous 2 games of the series combined. OKC shot just 16% from 3 in the first 2 games. That's the worst three-point percentage in a 2-game span in postseason history. Paul Pierce with us to break down the truth about this game and this series. So looking at the stat sheet, I mean, that's the number that jumps out at you. Oklahoma City, 15 of 29 from 3. And the Blazers, 12 of 31 from 3. Other than that, pretty evenly played game.
Yeah, traditionally, Oklahoma's not a great shooting team, so they really rely on their defense causing turnovers, what they were able to do in the first half. Now, Portland has to shoot better. They're a good shooting team. Dame has to play well. McCollum has to play well. And that's the key to their success if they want to win this series.
I mean, Damian Lillard was spectacular in that third quarter.
Yes.
But I was watching the game with Neil. He said, boy, look, Portland looks like they're out of gas when they got to the fourth because of all the effort from the third quarter.
Yeah, they really Lillard really exerted himself in the third. He went out and scored 20-plus points. Fourth quarter, he comes in. He only gets a couple free throws. But they need help from everybody. Like I said, McCollum has to step up a little bit more. They have to get something from their bench. But I think overall, Portland is going to win this series because when I look at it, I don't think OKC is going to shoot this well from 3 for the rest of the series. And if they can control that, then Portland has their best chance at winning.
What about the will of Russell Westbrook? I mean, he took this personally.
Oh, without a doubt.
And he went out and did something about it, but you don't feel that's sustainable?
Yeah, I believe it's sustainable from Westbrook, but he needs Paul George to play better consistently, Schroeder to play better, Steven Adams. These guys have to come with him. And so I don't doubt Russell Westbrook's going to keep his intensity up, especially at home. You know, he shot the ball much better from 3 today if he can keep that going. He was shooting 10% coming into this game. So if he can shoot the ball decent, then he gives Oklahoma a good chance at winning.
22 for Paul George. You think he needs more than that, too? I mean, Lillard and McCollum combined for 53.
Yeah.
And George and Westbrook combined for 55.
Yeah. Well, that they have to bring it every night.
Okay.
You know, they can't, you know, one without the other. I do believe George is going to have to play better. I need him. He needs to be in the 30, 35 range because if you remember when he was playing at an MVP level,
it
was tough.
Late in the regular season.
Late in the regular season, it was tough to be OKC. Now, Russ is going to be Russ. He's going to be near triple-doubles every night, but Paul George has to be the guy.
So how many? 6?
Man, the way it looked tonight, I think it goes 6, and I think Portland.
Okay. All right. Neil?
Boston looking to go up 3-0 on Indiana. And let's remember, the Pacers, a team that's playing without their best player, Victor Oladipo. Boston, historically great, one up 2-0. And Boston was hot. I mean, Boston was Paul Pierce hot to start this game out. Kyrie Irving there, Boston was 8 of 10 from 3 in the first quarter. They were 16 of 24 from the field. In the first quarter, Jason Tatum, he had 12 in the first quarter. He was 4 of 4 from the field. I mean, nobody missed. Jaylen Brown there. What can Brown do? Well, 41-28 in the first. That's tied for a postseason franchise record in the first quarter. And Boston's played in a lot of postseason first quarters. Let's move ahead to the fourth quarter. Celtics up 1. Irving drives, scores. He had 19 points, 10 assists, 5 rebounds. 2-point game, about 4 minutes left. Domantas Sabonis, who looks like he's on a keto diet. He needs a whammy. We need to hear Brad Stevens talking about Irving after the game.
I mean, some of the shots he hit, you know, he had the driving layup, which was a good move, but then the little floating shot he hit was just a joke. He's ridiculous.
I mean, remember, entering this game, Irving, 759 win percentage in the postseason. Highest in NBA history. Doesn't believe in mood rings, but believes in assists to Al Horford right there. Celtics win 104-96. Game 4, Sunday.
This Indiana team plays with tremendous character and integrity. Like, they play the game the way the game's supposed to be played. So we know that to win a series against them, you're going to have to beat them in a game, and beating them in a game is a monster.
We understood that they were playing with a desperate mentality. Didn't want to go down 3-0. You know, Game 4 is going to be even higher intensity. But this is a great stepping stone for us to continue to go after the big picture, and that's, you know, just keep getting closer and closer to 16 wins. That's all it takes.
I've been asked, you know, a lot this season, is it a big game tomorrow? Sunday is a big game. You know, it's do or die for us. You know, it's just as simple as that. That's what we consider a big game.
All right, the earth is not flat, and these are round numbers. Celtics now have a commanding 3-0 lead in the series. Before this year, 132 teams had led 3-0 in a best-of-7. All of them went on to win a series, and 61% swept. Jaylen Brown led the way for the C's Friday, scoring game-high 23, holding the Pacers to just 2 for 13 shooting as a primary defender. That's the best performance by any defender to face at least 10 shots in a game this postseason. Our research is better than your research. And the Pacers have certainly been in games this series, but they've struggled down the stretch. Indiana shooting just 31% in the second half of this series compared to 48% in the first half.
All right, Paul, so what jumped out at you from this game?
Well, Celtics do a great job defensively in the second half. They've done it all series long.
Yep.
The thing is, you know, they're like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. You know, they need to play great offense and not a lot of defense in one half.
Right.
Or great defense and not great offense. They have yet to put together a whole game. That's what's going to make them scary. If they can put together a whole game, you got to watch out for them.
That third quarter, Indy scored 12 points. They shot 5 for 23 in the third quarter. It shades of game 1 when they shot 2 for 19 in the third quarter. Okay, so, I mean, this Pacers team, I mean, it's sort of like the Clippers of the East without Oladipo. A lot of scrappy guys will give you everything that they have, but they're just at a talent deficit in this series. So it looks like the Celtics have a clear path to the next round. It looks like Milwaukee also has a clear path to the next round. So let's get an early start on that one.
Well, if the Celtics play like this versus Milwaukee, they've been getting off the bad starts in game 1 and 3. They got off to a better start tonight. They can't afford to do this versus Milwaukee. Milwaukee has a top-tier defense and a top-tier offense, and they have a superstar who can't be stopped, which Indiana doesn't have. So they got to be able to put both ends together. The one thing Boston has to do better, they have to get easier shots, and meaning what I'm saying, fast break layups, points in the paint, free throws, which they aren't doing very well. So that's going to concern me when they go up against an elite defense and elite offense against the Milwaukee Bucks.
Yeah, Giannis Antetokounmpo is a problem.
A problem. A major problem.
All right. Hey, man, thanks for sticking around.
All right, no problem.
All right, we appreciate it.